Hi, Bobcats. Signing on is Miss Martin, your counselor. I want you all to know I miss you so very much. I'm thinking every day about each one of you, and I hope that you're all doing okay. I wanted to read a book to you. It's called A Sick Day for Amos McGee, and it's written by Philip C. Stead, and it's illustrated by Aaron C. E. Stead. Did you know that this is a Caldecott winner? It means it's a really good book. So listen up. I'll tell you why I chose this book in just a minute. Amos McGee was an early riser. Every morning when the alarm clock changed, he swung his legs out of bed and swapped his pajamas for a fresh pressed uniform. He would wind his watch and set a pot of water to boil, saying to the sugar bowl, "A spoonful for my oatmeal, please, and 2 for my teacup." Belly full and ready for the workday, he'd amble out the door. Every day, Amos waited for the number 5 bus. "Next stop, City Zoo," the bus driver would call out. "6 a.m., right on time," he'd reply. Amos had a lot to do at the zoo, but he always made time to visit his good friends. He would play chess with the elephant, who thought and thought before making a move. He would run races with the tortoise, who never, ever lost. He would sit quietly with the penguin, who was very shy. Can you relate to that? He would lend a handkerchief to the rhinoceros, who always had a runny nose. I think I like you, Mr. Amos. You seem like a pretty cool dude. And at sunset, he would read stories to the owl, who was afraid of the dark. One day, Amos awoke with the sniffles and the sneezes and the chills. He swung his achy legs out of bed, curled them back again, and said, "Oh, I don't think I'm going to go to work today." Meanwhile, at the zoo, the animals waited for their friend. The elephant arranged his ponds and polished his castles. The tortoise stretched his legs and limbered up. The penguin sat patiently all by himself. The rhinoceros worried that his allergies were worsening. The owl perched atop a tall stack of storybooks, scratching his head with concern. "Where is Amos?" the animals wondered. Later that day, oh, this is interesting. What's going on? Can you take a guess? What do you think is going to happen? I think I know what's going on. Hooray! My good friends are here. The elephant prepared a game of chess. Amos thought and thought before making a move. "I'm too tired to run races today," said Amos to the tortoise. "Let's play hide and seek instead." So the tortoise hid inside his shell. Amos hid beneath the covers, excuse me. Amos yawned. "I could use a nap." The penguin sat quietly, keeping Amos's feet warm. Achoo! Amos awoke with a sneeze. The rhinoceros was ready with a handkerchief. "I'm beginning to feel much better. Thank you," said Amos to his friends. He swung his legs out of bed. Perhaps we'll share a pot of tea. Amos wound his alarm clock. It's getting late, he said. After all, we have a morning bus to catch. So Amos said goodnight to the elephant, and goodnight to the tortoise, and goodnight to the penguin, and goodnight to the rhinoceros, and goodnight to the owl who, knowing that Amos was afraid of the dark, read a story aloud before turning out the light. The end. Did you know? Well, I know you know that I have a best friend named Kelso, but he's actually back at school taking care of everything, making sure that everything's good. Did you know that at home I have two special friends? I'm going to introduce them to you. This is Bobby, and this is Ovejita. And these two are very, very special to me. You want to know why? Because when my oldest son was a baby, he wasn't even born yet, his very first lovey was Ovejita. And Bobby, he was a gift to my other son from his uncle, and he calls him Theo Pat. So they sleep with me every night. They keep me comfy. They make me safe. And sometimes when I'm feeling kind of sad, especially like right now, because I don't get to see you, my friends, I think, you know what? I still have you guys. And sometimes just a quick hug from them reminds me of you and reminds me that you're still there and that I still love you. And I want you guys to know that I miss you and I love you very, very, very much. And I can't wait to hear and see what all you're doing. Tomorrow, I'm going to read another story, and it's called What Do You Do with a Problem? Now, if you've already read it before, don't spoil it for the rest. All right, guys, this is Miss Martin signing off. Say bye, Bobby. Say bye, Ovejita. Maybe you can tell me about your special friend. Remember, you're never too old to have a special friend.